In this tutorial we'll focus just for a few moments on the concept of a transgenic organism. By transgenic organism we simply mean an organism that has had genes from another organism or species transferred into it. So we have changed the genetic makeup of the organism. This can be done with animals, it can be done with plants, and some of the uses you might say are really not all that important, and others may have groundbreaking implications. Here's a couple of very strange examples where they've taken a green fluorescent protein gene out of a jellyfish and inserted it into a tobacco plant. This is a gene that codes for a protein that fluoresces in the dark, so it can actually glow in the dark. And here we have a tobacco plant that now has that gene in all of its cells, and so it's glowing in the dark. A similar gene has been inserted into these fish embryos, and now we have adult fish that glow in the dark. They're producing, their cells are expressing a gene and producing a protein that fluoresces. Something even more bizarre, here we have an experiment with a mouse that has an ear growing on its back. Again, this is a mouse that has been genetically modified. Over on this side we can see how to create a transgenic animal just in general. So again, a gene of choice, one that you're interested in, is manipulated and prepared in the laboratory. It's injected into the egg of an animal, shown here. This egg is implanted into a surrogate, for example a surrogate cow, and that egg will of course develop into the embryo and the calf and then be born, and that calf will then contain the gene of interest. Down in the bottom left here we can see the manipulation of plants. Again, same kind of thing. A gene of interest is extracted, usually using the genetic scissors of restriction enzymes. Can be inserted into a bacteria, and it can produce a pest-killing protein, for example, and then this can be inserted into various plant crops, and the crops will express this protein and thus making them pest resistant. So these are just some of the incredible number of examples that can be found to do with transgenic organisms.